Hooah! All my buttons are all... We must have lost power or something. I must have missed it somewhere. This fucking guy, again, tighten that bitch up every fucking time. Let's see if I can do that and work that around a little bit. Oh yeah, you like that, don't you? You like that, Sheila, don't you? What are we doing today? Let's see. Let's see what happens. And now we're good. Oh, yeah. Loving it. Ladies, get your panties ready. All right, here we go. Oh, yeah, for real this time.
Are you just trying to navigate adulthood in a world that still expects you to have it all figured out? Welcome to This Is 50 with your host, Travis Holmes.
I'm claiming bullshit. I'm claiming bull, big, fat, floppy, honky, donkey dicks. I am. The reason why I say that is if you listen to my voice very closely right now, it's totally ASMR, where my voice has this compression in it. And I've gotten many compliments on it over the years and stuff, but only during this time that you're listening to me right now. Not this show, this time in my life where I'm going through something and a lot of women go, you know, that's kind of hot. I have a fucking cold. So my voice has this generic radio compression at the you can hear it. And coming up next, and it's all from here, you know, in my diaphragm and stuff, instead of being nasally Trav instead of storybook reader Trav. So I've got a small cold. Now I fought tooth and nail to tell my wife I didn't have a cold. What started the whole thing was that my wife was out doing something and I had 15 to 20 minutes to myself, but I had to be outside because she was coming home to do something. I think we were like trading something, or she forgot something. She was going to drop something off. I had to be outside to like catch the baby. And then she would go on about her day, or catch the package, not the baby. We don't have any kids or anything. They're all four-legged kids. And I said, well, while I'm waiting, because the car's out of the driveway or out of the garage, and we've been going through storms and stuff. I haven't blown the garage out here. A really, really good blow job. I've got a battery operated, like a Ryobi, you know, you gotta literally get on top of a leaf to make it move type blower, just to kind of move the debris, like odds and end debris and stuff out of the garage. But I fired up the big blower. I'm blowing everything behind all the cobwebs, the staircase up here to the studio, and I'm blowing the whole entire garage out. We have cats that are coming in and out of the garage. Two are kind of like our adopted cats, but then there's like other scoundrel cats that come through the garage, and I'm blowing all the hair out and I'm blowing all the stuff out, and it's getting all in my face, and I'm blowing it, trying to blow myself off at the same time. And birds are trying to find, nesting spots in the garage because it is January. It's getting ready to, well, it is cold no matter what. We had snow the other day, and there are, bird droppings on the floor, and, I'm blowing out the garage. And so stuff is just accumulating in the air in the garage, our 3-car garage here. And then I do like the back porch of the house. I say back porch, the back deck, and I'm blowing all that out because we have chickens and stuff, and they come up there and they poop, and I got to blow when the poop dries, it turns to basically like a powder, and I'm blowing all of that out too to just I'm trying to make use of my time while I'm waiting for my wife to come home to do whatever package drop-off delivery, and then she's gone. As I'm doing all that, of course, I take absolutely no precautions. No goggles, no mask. Fuck that. I'm a man. I'm gonna do this anyways. When I was done, I was like, doing this, if you're watching this on the video here, and for every This Is 50 show, we have a YouTube channel, and we appreciate, we've gotten great responses on the YouTube channel. You guys are doing great over there. I appreciate you, subscribing and whatnot. We broadcast every Friday about 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the average that we're doing right now. If I got nothing going on in the house, so we appreciate you guys every Friday night or Friday afternoon at 2 p.m. So I'm walking around. I'm like, oh, I got a little dirt in my eyes. What do? You got a little dirt in your eyes. What do? You take your finger that's covered in whatever debris that's been flying around. You just rub your eye, and then you look at it and you're like, oh, God, it's really fucking bad. It's really fucking itching. This is within 20 minutes of me blowing out everything. I mean, blowing out the whole entire garage with all the animal debris and the feces and all that stuff. And I go, oh, man, my eye's getting really itchy. So I go inside, and there's a product that I have that's called Rotovive. I don't know if that's the name, actually the way it's pronounced. There's a Japanese eye drop that's called Masuki. And this is like the American version of Masuki. It's called Rotovive. And when you put a drop in your eye, it's like you have smoked a menthol cigarette. You have poured menthol right in your eye, and your eye's just like, and it's so relieving. Now, the drawback to it is that you can't use it while you're wearing contacts. So I'm going in there, and I'm putting the drops in my eyes, and I'm rubbing my eyes. Of course, every optometrist says, anytime you get dirt in your eyes, rub it in. Rub it in really, really good. No, they don't say that. So that all comes and goes. And then the next day, I'm like, my right side, my right eye, my right nostril, all that stuff. It's like, listen, God told you, ASMR. I can't. Ugh. It started draining. My sinuses started draining into my nose. Well, what happens when sinuses drain? And it gets on the back of your throat, and it drains throughout the night. The back of your throat gets sore. So day number 2, my back of my throat's getting sore. I'm like going, oh, fuck. What the fuck did I do? No, my wife, you're sick. You got the flu. Babe, no, I don't. I don't have the flu. I've got this, whatever I've disturbed here in our property, in the garage and stuff, it's getting a hold of me. Well, I say that because today's day number 5 of this, and I can't breathe. My throat's all sexy. I've got that smooth, crooner, silky. Yeah, baby. Not Luther Vandross, but I'm getting there, baby. Turn the lights down low. Normally with a cold, I can't get that low in my voice. But with a cold, I can. And, I've had some friends growing up and stuff, and they're like, well, I like when you get a cold. You sound sexy. What pisses me off the most, though, is I'm watching, like, TikTok videos and stuff to prepare for, quote-unquote, cold and flu season. I normally don't get sick. I'm one of those guys that maybe twice a year I'll get sick. I know COVID and all the other stuff, I did get thrown down one time about a year and a half ago. If you guys have been listening to the show for any length of time, knocked me out. But I've been doing zinc every day because I watched a TikTok video. And of course, TikTok. This is why they're branded TikTok. They're giving you false information. No, the TikTok video says, hey, you want to get ready for cold and flu season? Uh-huh. Don't go and buy like this product. And he shows this product. Don't buy this product and some other, whatever product that is. He goes, this is all you need. And he goes to the very bottom shelf of like Walmart or whatever in the vitamin aisle and grabs a bottle that starts with Z. And it's zinc. He goes, this is all you need. And he should rattle. And I'm watching me here on the YouTube video. And he's rattling this is all you need. And he holds the zinc up to one of these a day, every day, whether you're sick or not, whether you need it or not, this is what you do. And I go, you know what? I'm going to do that. Because I am 52 years old. Happy birthday to me, by the way, at the beginning of this month, January 6th, Surrection Day. And I said, I'll do that. I've been doing it for at least 45 days. So it's not like I just started it and the cold got me, found my weakness. No, I've been building up this zinc in my everyday morning pills. You know, the Monday through Friday pills, the little plastic thing. And I still got sick. So I'm like, God damn it. Why the fuck am I taking zinc if this is what happens to me? Now, I don't know if it's the flu. I don't have the achy body. I don't have the listlessness. I just have, when I lay in bed, this is all I know. This is going to sound really, really gross, but I'll make it as sexy as possible. When I lay in bed and my head is on the pillow and it's at let's say, straight up and down is 0 degrees and 90 degrees, my head's at a 78-degree angle. All that pressure in my head, all my sinuses, literally runs out my nose and off my face, like around my mustache and onto the pillow. There's no stopping it. It just runs. And it's not snot. Because it gets on your mouth, not to be too disgusting. It gets on your mouth, you taste it, it's a little salty, and you're like going, well, that's either my salty tears, but it's not mucusy. Doctors, help me out there. Doctors, where you at? I'm dying over here. I'm dying. And my wife's like going, you got the flu, you got whatever. I'm like, no, babe, watch. And I'll sit up on the edge of the bed for like 30 minutes, and I go from, trying to breathe in to, and then I'm okay. And then I lay back down, and I get this. So the zinc, that's what makes me think I don't have a cold or a flu or anything like that, because zinc technically would eliminate that out of your body. I don't feel restless. I don't feel, groggy or anything like that. But yeah, so I've got something going on that's affecting my voice, ladies. I know. It's all a big joke. I'm going to take a quick little break. When we come back, I'll give you an update on the new pill that I'm on, and what it's doing for me. So stick around. I'll be right back. So stressed out. So needless to say, with this cold that I've been quote unquote cold, sinus infection. I guess that's what it is, a sinus infection, because I don't have any like congestion in my chest or anything like that. It's just in my face. Again, if you're watching this on a YouTube video, what camera am I on? This one, it's just here. It's just in my face. This is the eye that had it got almost like a pink eye type deal. And I put that Rotoviv in there and kind of smoked and sizzled for a little bit. It's kind of scary. Well, it didn't really, but I mean, that's what I thought it. I heard it frying freaking bacon and eggs on my eyes. But I haven't been walking outside of the, sub-zero degree temperatures that we've had here in North Carolina. Now, we broadcast just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, a little town called Marshville. We do the show every Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we do this, when I say we, I do this program just for me. I host and produce several other different podcasts out of this studio. This is all mine. This is where I sit down and do my relief, get things out that I normally can't do. It just doesn't fit in on any of the other shows that I do. This is strictly for me. It's things that I've come across turning the age of 50. You still feel like a kid at heart and type stuff, and you slowly realize that, you are not invulnerable. So this is just therapy for me for things that are going on. So hopefully it'll help you guys either, have a chuckle or have a laugh, or maybe some vital information that you might pick up somewhere along the line. But I have not gone for a walk, my 4-mile walk, in 4 days for 2 reasons. One, I had the ick. That's what I'm calling it, the ick. And 2, the temperatures and stuff here, we had snow for 2 days. This past Tuesday and Wednesday, we had snow that stuck on the ground. And when it sticks on the ground and then melts and then overnight, what happens? It freezes, and then now you got ice. And the road that I walk on is literally up and down hills and stuff. And I'm walking. I started my walk, and I was going, I'm doing the penguin walk, and I'm going, this is not going to be good for me. I'm going to fall and bust my ass. Going downhill will be fine, but coming back up those hills, I'm gonna bust my ass. So I turned around and came back home. So I haven't gone for a walk in 4 days. My wife's like, that's fine. she's like, Trav, you've walked every day for the last almost 8 months, almost 9 months now. You've walked almost every day, unless it's, pouring down rain. You've walked almost every day. I said, I know, but, if you get out of the habit now, then you're just, next time do I really need to do it type deal? So I told you I was going to eat chicken and broccoli to get my weight down after the holidays. And I have. No. I'm not giving up on that. I have eaten the chicken and broccoli. And when I say chicken and broccoli, chicken thigh, chicken breast, chicken whatever, skin on, bone in, whatever. Some kind of chicken product baked, with salt and pepper, a little bit of, whatever seasoning, McCormick's, just a little bit of something on top. And then like sugar-free barbecue. Sweet Baby Ray's has a sugar-free barbecue dressing. Listen to me. Some kind of sugar-free liquid that's brown to put on it. But I was out of the Frank's wing sauce, which has absolutely no calories in it. So I got that today, by the way, when I was shopping. So I'm all stocked up on that. But here's the thing. My wife wanted a cookbook, this certain cookbook from one of the TikTok people, one of the TikTok ladies. And, excuse me while I wipe the snot off my nose. She did, we've done a couple recipes from the TikTok videos. And it's funny because I think she's called like the, what's that? Crockpot Queen or something like that. She spells everything with a K. She's a white lady. I'm the Crockpot KKK, I don't know if that's the way it is, but that's the way it turned out. And she's like, she's got a cookbook with all the stuff on TikTok. So, and pictures and stuff. I said, all right, I'll buy that for you for Christmas. She has done probably 4 recipes, if not 5 recipes. Every weekend we do 1 recipe, if not 2. So she can have a lunch, meal plan, a lunch for 4 days, and then a dinner for 4 days or 5 days or whatever it is for the family. For me and her, just me and her. My dad gets a little scraps and stuff. But what's happened is, what we're finding out is that this lady who did this cookbook, and everything has turned out awesome. Perfect. I would have never thought to do this stuff. I say, I never would have thought. That's not my wheelhouse. I'm not going to sit there and go, okay, maybe we should put, heavy cream and spinach and cream cheese and chicken. And I don't have time for that. Give me a book that tells me to do it. I'll do it. And it's got lots of pictures and stuff, which is always good for a cookbook. So she's made probably 5 to 6 meals out of this cookbook, and every single one of them has been great. Even the ones where I was like, I'm not big on Thai food, I'm not big on, Asian food. She made it, but it's like Southern Thai food. It's like Southern Asian food, and I was like, this isn't bad. This is good. Here's the thing: is the woman who designed the cookbook has a family of 6 to feed every day, every week, every moment, every dinner. So her recipes are huge. Get 10 pounds of russet potatoes, peel them, chop them up, and put them in the crock pot. Get 4 cans of French onion soup, and, it's those type recipes. So my wife, verbatim, because I don't know, she just can't get outside the box. I got to do it just like this. I got to do it just like the recipe here. I'm like, all right, this is your cookbook. So every time she makes a meal, between the 2 of us, with my dad, chiming in now and then, it'll last almost two weeks, almost a week and a half. These meals. Now, I do not like to see waste go at all. So normally, when I'm doing my chicken and broccoli now, that was my thing. I was going to do chicken and broccoli for 2 or 3 weeks and just kind of get my weight down a little bit. And I'll have 3 eggs in the morning, whether it's poached, whether it's boiled, hard boiled, just boiling eggs all over the place. Or I just kind of put a little butter spray in the pan and just kind of fry 1 up or 2 or 3. And maybe a piece of toast with some jam on it. And I look in the refrigerator and she's got 3 containers of 3 different meals. And every one of those meals are good. And I'm like going, babe, you got a lot of food here. She's like, I know. I can't eat it fast enough. I said, okay. So my chicken and broccoli has gone by the wayside because I make it basically as I need it. And I don't want this food to go to waste because we spend a lot of money. Everyone's trying to save money here and there. So I've been eating for breakfast this chicken Caesar salad pasta that she'd made, which was awesome from the cookbook. Tonight I'm going to have some kind of Mongolian beef with hot peppers and rice. I'm going to eat that for dinner because I'm trying to eat up everything in the refrigerator. That's the way I am. I want to save money. I want to, I don't need to have the fancy stuff. I eat to survive. I don't eat to live, if that makes any sense. I don't eat to enjoy. I eat to survive and save money. So she's been doing this, and I've kind of gotten off my chicken and broccoli for at least the last 5 days, 6 days, because the food was piling up. I'm like, Dad, come eat some of this. Huh? Come eat some of this. I had some yesterday. Well, eat some more. I don't want it to go to waste. Yeah, okay. So I haven't 100%. So the combination of me not walking for 4 days, which kills me, and eating this, none of the meals are healthy. They're home cooked, so you figure that's healthy enough, right? There's no preservatives. Everything is made from quote unquote scratch at home, which is better than going to like Burger King and eating out all the time. So I don't know. I feel it. I feel it so much right here. For watching me, I'm rubbing myself. I feel it. But moderation, small amounts, portion control type deal. I'm on the new drug, the Buspirine, something like that. Sorry, 5 milligrams. I don't know if I like it or don't like it. It's not really doing anything that I can feel. I had a good friend of mine reach out to me, through the TikTok videos and stuff, because every show that we do, we kind of break 3-minute segments and 2-minute segments, the short length videos of the show, and you can find that over on TikTok as well. She reached out to me, and she's like, when I was talking about going from Zoloft to this other thing, she said something to the effect of, Zoloft made me crazy like a mad woman, and the other thing didn't do anything for me. So now I'm on Wellbutrin or whatever. And I'm like going, ugh, Wellbutrin. I say, ugh, like I know. My wife was like, oh, you don't want to be on that. You do not want to be on that. I said, well, I'm fine with the 5 milligrams of the Brasputin, whatever it's called, but I don't have the bad side effects. Weight gain was one. Lack of sexual drive, that's gone away. As soon as I came off that stuff, I'm like, oh yeah, baby, let's party down. And what was the other thing that there was another side effect that was part of the like diarrhea or cramps and nausea and something like that. With this other one I'm fine, but I don't know if it's doing anything. Now, granted, is it a placebo? Because there's times where I sit there and I look at something, normal Travis, before any of this stuff, with a little buzz going. If something is not absolutely perfectly in line like little soldiers, I would freak out and go, what the fuck? Do I do that now? No. I did have a little spell during the transition between one to the other. And my wife's like going, you don't have to be a smart ass or something like that. And I said, babe, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You have to tell me that I'm doing this stuff because I was like being a smart ass about something. We were cooking in the kitchen or something. And I said something smart. She's like, you can't, I can't talk to you. Go away. Go take a shower. I'm like, all right, I'll go take a shower. And I come back. She's like, are you all right? I said, yeah. I said, I felt it. Yeah. Sorry. I didn't mean to snap. I didn't mean to bark. I didn't mean to, make fun of whatever that we were doing and stuff. But that's gone. That's gone away. So I'm doing good with it. I'm happy with it. There's not a whole lot of side effects as far as what I can tell. Of course, down the road a year later, they'll probably go, and it gives you a third nipple. I'm like, I wonder what that little thing on my chest was. But I'm doing all right. When we come back, I told you I do a whole bunch of different podcasts and stuff, and I sell, advertisements and stuff. There is this kid, and I'm going to use kid, that has been fucking riding my fucking ass for the last 48 to 72 hours. And like I said, this doesn't fit on any of the other shows that I talk about. This is strictly for me. This is my vent. And I'll tell you exactly how fucking stupid this kid is. That's the only way I can describe it. So stick around. I'll be right back. I was shaving the other day. Now, normally, when I had a normal 9-to-5 job, and I was an operations manager at a small warehouse for a while, and then I transferred over to a larger warehouse. I never really shaved. I did the 5 o'clock shadow. I trimmed the neckline and the cheek lines and stuff. And then once it got to like the weekend, then I would shave on the weekend and stuff. But doing these shows, all the different shows that I do a horse show, I do an entertainment show, I do this show, and then I do a social experiment type show. And if you want to know what they are, you can leave us a message down below on the YouTube channel, and I'll send you the links to all those. You can probably Google search my name and type podcast, and then they'll all pop up. But as I shave, one of the things that my wife bought me a long time ago was this, like, it almost looks like a toothbrush, but it's got blades on the end. Instead of a toothbrush, the bristles, it's got little blades on it. And she's like, here, this is for your little ear hairs. And she bought me this like 10 years ago. I'm like, I don't have ear hair. She's like, oh, yeah, you do. I'm like, really, I do? She's like, yeah, you can't see them. Now, when in my 20s and 30s, I used to do this. I used to strike a match and hold it next to my ear and burn them down and then rub my ear and burn the hairs that way. I don't know. That's what I did. You get that hot flame close to your ear, the little hairs, little baby hairs will go and they'll burn. You go smell a little hair. You know what burnt hair smells like. You rub your ears and look, it's all clean. I'm all clean and shaved. And why do I have all these little brown dots on my head, on my ears? So she bought me one of those things, and it's one of those that's you can't cut yourself. Like, you can put it on your arm. If you're watching us on the YouTube channel here, This is 50 at This is 50 Show. You can put it on your arm, it doesn't cut you. So you can go around your ears and go around and feel safe about, and your nose hairs and stuff, which you shouldn't do, by the way, because you need the hair in your nose to catch all the bird pigeon shit and dust and stuff from the garage. That's my problem. I didn't have enough nose hair. I did not have enough nose hair to protect myself from the blowing out. So if you remove nose hairs, you're more susceptible to catching germs and stuff. Bacteria. So I was in a hurry for one of the shows I was doing, and I didn't bring out the little toothbrush thing. It's about the size of this pen right here. And hit the button and do my ears. Because I'm in the middle of shaving. And I shave for every show that I do because it looks good on camera. It looks professional for the most part, depending on what show you're watching. And I did this right here. I don't know. See it? What ear? I cut the top of my fucking ear. I took the razor. Razor. And I saw this mohawk on the top of my ear, my left ear, of these hairs just in the breeze. Wee, wispy hairs. I said, well, I'll just take the razor and just lightly go across it. Nope. I've got 3 lines on the top of this ear right here. Like when I ear sweats with these headphones on, or cans as they call them in the biz, I can feel it sting a little bit up there. Oh, it got me good. And I'm like walking around. My wife goes, what's wrong with your ear? You're bleeding. I go, am I bleeding? I kind of, wipe my ear and I go, now, if you ever had a face cut on your face or head, it bleeds a lot for a little bit. And then it, solidifies. And it bled. And my whole ear was red. She's like going, Jesus Christ, what the hell? I said, I fucking cut my ear shaving or something. I think there's a line Hugh Jackman said, what happened to your neck? I bit my neck shaving. So I'm sitting there and I'm like trying to clean it up and stuff. So I was just like, all right, fuck. Got my ear. Got me. I bought my wife for Christmas. I'll tell you about the kid here in a minute, but I want to, all this stuff has got to line up for you to understand the whole entire story here. I bought my wife for Christmas stuff that I think that she needs. Because she's hard to buy for, and I'm hard to buy for her as well. Sometimes I buy stuff for the house that the house needs and give it as a gift to my wife or my dad or whoever. I bought my wife, you should have seen her open it up, I bought my wife a door handle. How romantic. I know. Oh, the door handle I've always wanted. She kind of looks at me like, what is this? And I go, it's a door handle. Well, what? We have a door. Is this a special door handle? Oh, yes. It's a very special door handle. Well, what? Okay. So I started explaining it to her at Christmas, Christmas Day, and she's kind of like, okay, all right. I said, wait, when I install it, you will love it. You will love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, well, thanks, babe. Sets it off to the side like it's a freaking nuclear bomb or something. All right, that'll sit over there. So I put the door handle on. Now, our house, on a side note, my wife and her best friend, who lives in Jacksonville, Florida, had a conversation about our house. And they were, just catching up, girl talk and stuff. And her friend in Jacksonville said, well, how many entrances do you have to your house? My wife goes, 5. And the friend in Jacksonville was like, you have 5 entrances to your house? And she's like, yeah. So you have the front door, we have the side door, we have our French doors from our bedroom, we have a door going out of the main dining room area. I know, fucking baller. Listen to me. And then we have French doors going into the kitchen, in and out of the kitchen, to outside. That's our entrances, egresses. Wow, that's a lot of doors. I've never thought about that. I never thought about it either until she said, when she's walking around the house with the phone, showing all the doors. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm talking to Danielle. She wants to know what the house looks like. The main door that we go in and out of is the French doors that lead into the kitchen. Park your car in the garage. You come across the sun deck. You walk up a flight of stairs. You come across the back wraparound porch. You come into the kitchen, French doors right there. In and out, every door. That's the one that we go out 80% of the time. Only because when you go in and out of that door, it's the center of the house. You don't want to come in through the dining room because then you got to go through the dining room and then into the kitchen. If you come in through the front of the house, then you have to go through the living room to get to the kitchen and then so on and so forth. The side door goes from my wife's office down a hallway and then into the main part of the house. The kitchen is the most access for the whole entire house for all you bank robbers out there. And normally, 9 times out of 10, we always have something in our hand. We're carrying something out or bringing something in, groceries, luggage. We've got stuff in our hands. It's all the time. And the door handle that we have, I'm getting to it, don't worry. The door handle that we have is that round brass door handle. You know what I mean? So you physically have to either tuck something under your chin or under your arm. If you got a handful of stuff, grab this freaking slippery fucking bugger and open it and to get out. So the door handle that I bought, which she fucking loves right now. You ready for this? It opens 4 different ways. Both sides, 4 different ways. Well, how does that happen there, Travis? Explain that. Now, it's not the best built. It's solid. It's a solid door handle. I appreciate a good, solid door handle. But this door handle, we took the round globe off, that little slippery nipple thing. Slippery little buggers. Took that brass handle off. And this door handle has a decorative, like a little swoop, like a physical door handle. The word handle has a little swoop, 6-inch swoop that goes down and has a little curly Q on the end. It has one on the inside and one on the outside. So technically, if you think about it, you can go up there and push down on it to open the door. That's one. You can push up on it, turn the handle up. The door will open. Here's the best part. If you push in on the door handle, like physically bump it with your butt, if you've got both hands full, and push the door handle in, it will open the door. And vice versa. If you've got a whole bunch of stuff in your hand and you're trying to go out, all you have to do is pull out on the door handle instead of going up or down or in. If you pull out on it, it'll open the door. Amazing. It's amazing. It works well. You got my dad who's got a handful of fucking whatever he's got in his hands, all his frozen dinners and stuff. He goes outside from the refrigerator, comes up the stairs. He's always got a bunch of stuff in his hand. He has to put them down to open the door. Now he doesn't have to do it. Nobody has to put anything down to open this door because it's a 4-position door handle that opens. You can push it in. You can pull it out. You can go up with it and go down with it. It's like going, Jesus Christ, it's a fucking door handle. No, you don't understand. I have stood at the fucking back door into the kitchen with, guys want to grab every fucking bag out of the cart, out of the car when they go grocery shopping. So I've got like 6 bags of like milk and eggs, and not eggs because we have eggs here on the property, and all this heavy stuff. And I'm like, and they're all wrapped in, and my fingers are dying of circulation. Open the door! Open the door! My fingers are dying. I can't put it down because I'll never pick them back up. And so then no one answers, so you have to figure out how to, With this, I literally just turn around and bump the handle with my butt. It pushes in, door opens right up. Put everything on the counter, go back to the door, shut it. Boop, good to go. So much. It's those little wins during your day that help you get through whatever that you got going on. Now, the only drawback is on the inside, it is a push button on the inside. My wife pushed it with her butt one time and accidentally locked us out of the back door. So we had to go around to the dining room and go back around. So she's got to learn. She's the only one who's done it. Don't tell my dad that because he'll fucking end up doing it too. But we weren't locked out completely. So that's the door handle. I thought it's great. I've never, ever seen it. And I worked for Home Depot for 20 years, and I've seen all the different, the digital ones and the smart ones and all the other stuff. I've never seen a handle. I've seen a handle go up and I've seen it go down, the same handle. I've never seen it go in or out, like on a hinge type deal, and open the door. I thought it was fucking genius. So I bought it at Ollie's, the closeout store. That's the only one that was ever made. Now I've got it. All right, when we come back, we got the generator in. Yep, got the generator in, and it went well, sort of, for the most part, I guess. Well, I'll tell you the whole details on that. So stick around. I'll be right back. So far away. So far away. Some people only have one job. But that job, when you say, you only have one job. But that job has many facets. The reason why I bring this up is because in the back of my mind, there's just this one little fucking thing that's been just eating at me. And it's been going on for like 6 months now. It's just been eating at me. When we bought our truck, my wife wanted a big, heavy truck to pull horses. My wife rides horses. She does very well riding horses and stuff. And I had at the time I think it was a 2010, 2011 Chevy Silverado 1500 series. And, pulling 2 horses, that weigh together, ton and a half, they're 1,500 pounds each, plus the trailer. She felt confident, but she wanted something a little bit more sturdy for going like long distances, 3-hour drives and stuff. So we bought this Chevy Silverado 2500 series, Highland or High Country series. It's got all the bells and whistles and cameras and everything everywhere. We spent close to, not to brag or anything, close to $110,000 for this truck. But we ordered it. And when we ordered it, we got everything that we absolutely wanted. And one of the things, when you're signing all the paperwork, they give you a little bit, do you want this? Do you want the, protection plan on this? And all the time people go, no, I don't want that. I don't want this. I don't want that. But there's one thing that I did want. And on this truck, we bought the scratch and dent paintless repair on the vehicle because all I could see was, we spent all this money on this truck and somebody accidentally, bumps into it with a horse or a trailer or, a crop rod or a shopping cart or something like, just something small that would just, in my mind, would ruin the whole entire truck. So I take great care of my trucks. This is what kind of upsets me. I was edging the lawn, our driveway's gravel. It's that, what do they call it? Not 1, 2, 3 gravel. It's almost like a blue limestone driveway because of the snow and stuff. And they don't do a whole lot of concrete driveways up here in North Carolina, especially in rural towns like this. And I had the weed whacker or the string trimmer and it kicked up a rock and bing, right off the side of the truck. I said, God damn it. Damn it. Truck's not even a year and a half old. There's a nice little ding right in the side of the passenger door, or right in the side of the driver's side behind the door. I said, well, I got to get this fixed. So procrastinated. And then every time I look at that, I'm like going, that is my fault. That is my fault. That dent is there on the truck. But my wife could take it down. You've got the paint thing or whatever, the dent and scratch repair. I said, yeah, okay, I will. You know, we live closest town, you know, it's 22 miles to where I go grocery shopping. It's another, 10 miles to go down to the dealership where we bought it from. I said, I will. So one Saturday afternoon, 3 weeks ago, by the way, mind you, I brought it in there, and, it's one of those, you drive it into the service station where I bought it from, and the automatic roll-up door goes up, and you pull in, and you feel all fancy and stuff. You're inside. Ooh, I'm inside. And I get out of the truck, and nobody approaches me. They got 3 salesperson on the little monitors and stuff. I don't know what they're doing. Finally, someone kind of sticks their head up and goes, again, I guess I'll deal with this guy. Can I help you? Lady named Jessica. I think she's the service manager. I've seen her there a couple times when I get my oil change. I'm like, hey, and I go over to her desk and I go, hey, my name's, Travis Holmes, and this is a truck I bought from you guys. I've got the paintless, dentless, scratchless, whatever repair on that, and I've got a little rock that kind of popped up and hit the side. She's looking it up. Oh yeah, I see that. Then she proceeds to tell me, well, the guy who does it is not here. He's a quote unquote freelancer. I'm like, all right, that's fine. I understand that. You can't have a guy sitting in your, in the break room all the time waiting for, cars to come in to fix scratches and dents. He's got to float around and do his own thing. I said, that's fine. And I did this like right around Christmas time. And I told her, what she said to me was basically, she took pictures of it and she goes back to her desk and says, this is a paintless scratch and dent repair thing. I go, yeah, I understand that. She's like, okay, as long as you understand that. I said, yeah, that's fine, but I'm paying for it. It needs to be fixed. Well, it's the holidays and New Year's coming up and yada. So it might take a little bit for him to get to you. Now, as of today is January 24th. I have not heard anything. Now, she says that she has to put in a claim. The guy has to approve the claim, and then she has to file a claim with whoever that we've got bought the package from, whether they're going to pay it or not. So I'm kind of pissed off because I have not heard any. I thought I was pissed off before that I made the dent. I'm now more pissed off that this person, service manager, Jennifer, I don't know, it's one of those J names, has not returned my phone call, has not followed up with me and gotten back to me about this stupid dent on the side of the car. So every time I look at that truck, I want to spit at it. Spit on it. You're garbage. Truck, you're garbage. It's nice when I get on the inside, but I can't appreciate it because I know that this dent's on the side. I'm very judgmental. My wife says you're very judgmental. I don't know if they make a pill to fix judgmentalness, but I wish they did because I'm very judgmental. I look at my truck and I go, God damn it. That's a nice truck, but who the fuck did that? What the fuck is that dent there? You can't take care of your truck long enough not to have a rock hit the side of it? And then I got to deal. It's one of those conflicts I don't want to get into. And so now I have to deal with the people at the Chevy dealership where I bought the truck. You think they not bow down and kiss my ass, but I mean, you think you go, oh yes, Mr. Holmes, yeah, right over here. We'll take care of you. No, nothing. I don't know what the fuck that was, but that sounded like fun. Generator is installed. They came out this past Thursday. Generator is, I say installed. They dropped the generator off on a concrete slab. Put the generator on top. The propane company dredged the line for the gas because it runs off propane. It's not diesel because we got a big old 250-gallon propane tank that runs the heater and like the stove and some odds and ends stuff here at the house. Yeah, we're out in the country, babe. That's all done. what they had to do as far as quote unquote install, they had to put the big old breaker box, the transfer. The guy was telling me all this stuff. Transfer switch. This is what happens. And it took them like 2 hours to do all that stuff. They drilled through the wall of the house, ran the cable and stuff. The total length of the house. Now, it's not a very big house, but I say it's not a very big house. The main house itself was 2,800 square feet, and it had to go through my dad's bathroom, had to go through the living room, had to go through the kitchen, had to go through the main dining room. I had to go through my wife's office and then out the other side because that's where the main meter is and stuff. So they did all that and they're, gotten everything all lined up and stuff. And the guy was really, really nice. It's him and his two sons. And when I say him, he looks like a professional guy. If you were to walk in Home Depot and say, I need an electrician, he comes up, you're like going, I believe this guy, whatever he's going to tell me. And then he goes on to tell me, I was a contractor, general contractor, electric contractor. I've installed these all over the, United States. This is my first year with Cantor, the company that represents Home Depot that installed the generator and yada, 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 yada. And I said, okay, so, what do you, I hate to do this to people, but I don't want to sit around and do chit chat with them. I don't want to know about your kids. I don't want to know about that, all that stuff. For the most part, I got other stuff to do, but I don't know. If I've got other stuff to do, and if you ever hear this come out of my mouth, that means I'm done, and I'm trying to politely move on to my next thing that I have going on. If you ever hear me say, do you need anything from me? Or what else do you need from me? Or do I need to do anything at this point? If you ever hear that come out of my mouth, that means I am done with whatever situation and I'm trying to get out of it as quickly as possible so I can go on to do something else. I learned that a long time ago from a guy who had his own business and stuff. And I not that I admired him or anything, but I appreciate the way he got out of conversations because he was a very, very busy man. Not that I'm a busy man, but I am a busy person that needs to get a lot of stuff done. I don't need to sit here and, what you doing now? What you doing now? Kind of go, hey, man. He's like, when you get a chance, I'll come out here and I'll show you how to do all this stuff. And I go, all right. So he shows me how to do all the stuff, and this is what I'm looking for. I'm like, all right, anything else you need from me? He's like, nope. I'm like, okay, I got it. So I can continue my day. I gotta keep this train going down the track here. We got to talking, and this is what fucking sucks, but it ended up being a good thing. We got to talking back and forth, and he's like going, that's my boy, that's my youngest, that's my middle son, and I've been doing this for whatever, he's giving me his old life story. I'm like, oh, that's cool, but I'm divorced and so on and so forth, and I'm like, all right, well, shit, this is why I don't want to get into these conversations. Oh, divorced, huh? Really? Just met you a couple hours ago. I already know that someone cannot stand you. I'm getting to that point. No, he's a really, really nice guy. He's a really nice guy. He actually said to me, because I had a couple questions. I'm like, so what happens here? And he's like, hey, do me a favor. Take my number down. I'm like, oh, God, here we go. What's your name? And what's your number? And he's an older gentleman. He's probably 61, 62. He's got 10 years on me. And, all right, you need anything from me? Nope. All right, cool. I got to go inside, wrap things up, and start my day or whatever I had to do. So I come up to the studio, and this is like, I don't know, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I had some little bit of editing and stuff to do for another show. I get a text message from him talking about the discrepancy between the propane company that dredged the propane line and who owes money for the permit. I'm like, why am I involved in this conversation? So he sends me a message, a transcription of a phone call that I had with him. Because when he first got here, he's like, didn't I talk to you about a permit? And I go, man, I don't know. It's fucking middle of January. I talked to, only 5,000 people since December. Oh, all right. So he sends, and he sends me the translation or whatever it is. And he, because I asked him, I said, what's next? I said, do I need to pull a permit? Is there any permit? Do I need to do anything? What is next for me? No, everything's taken care of. All right, cool. It's one thing I don't have to worry about. So he sends me a text message around 4 or 4:30 at night or in the afternoon. Transcription of my message that I left. So I call him back. Hey, what's going on? I see there's an $80 charge or something. He's like, yeah, I just want to make sure that you saw that. I said, yes, I remember the conversation. He's like, yeah, I just want to make sure that. He's like, I didn't realize that the propane company put the $89 charge on my permits that I was pulling. I know this is I'm losing people here, but bear with me. And I said, okay. And he goes, well, I need to get the $89 from the propane company. I'm like, okay. Do you need me to stand in the front of court of law or something? Do you need something? What do you need from me? I don't understand why I'm being involved with this. And I said to him, is this something that you can do behind the scenes? Is this something I need to be in front of? He goes, no, I just want to make sure that the information, the phone number is correct for the propane company. I'm like, yeah, it's that number. All right. Well, I'll reach out to him. I said, okay. All right. Do you need anything else from me? Nope, that's it. All right. Let me know if I can help. See you later. Gotta go. Bye. Click. Gotta go. But I was like, why? I bring this up because he's a general contractor. I've been a general contractor for 20 years. And he tells me all this other, I've been, 28 years this and doing this. He's reaching out to me to ask for, I don't even know what he's asking for. I lost complete, total interest when he said, when I asked him, do you need anything from me? He said, no. And I go, all right, well, I don't know what the fuck we're talking about, but that's what happened. So, it's just, why? I don't know. Maybe he thought he made a new friend. I made a new friend. Let's put it this way. I made a new person. I don't know. I'm not too happy with this person. And it's one of those, how do I describe this? It's one of those people that they just don't understand the way the world works. And I'll dive into this because I'm still dealing with him for the last 72 hours. I'm still dealing with this person. And I want to know if I'm the bad guy, if I'm the asshole. So stick around. I'll be right back.
Hey, Jason. Catch me up. Well, I saw your text. So tell me exactly what happened.
No, I remember talking to you back in December when I was trying to figure out, because I got this big ass bill from Union County for those 2 permits, and I'm like, wait a minute, why am I paying this much? It was like $180 something for mechanical and electrical permits.
I do remember that. I do remember that conversation now. I really do.
Yeah. And you put me on to this guy, and I called him. I can't find him in my phone log though. I was gonna call him back, but yeah, I called Union County, and they said, no, you have to have that on there. But I didn't do the gas, so it's only fair that he pays me for his permit. He does have a permit now. It's listed under my. I went ahead and scheduled it for tomorrow, by the way. But,
okay.
But yeah, if I need to figure out how to get him to pay me that for that permit.
Okay, so everything's up and on the level, I guess, is what I'm saying here.
Yeah, everything's gonna be legal. You got a permit for mechanical, the gas and electric.
Okay.
So you'll be good. Just I just need to figure out a way to get him to get me paid.
Is there anything I need to do to help you along with that, or is that something you can handle behind the scenes?
I can probably handle it behind the scenes. Do you owe him any money?
I don't know a thing.
Okay. I hear you. Yeah. Do you remember who it was that you sent me a phone? And what's the name of that company? Boston?
Blossman, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Sounds good. I appreciate you, buddy.
All right, man.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. I got 2 compliments the other day, which kind of makes you feel good. I don't think people compliment people enough. The generator guy, yeah, back to him. The generator guy, we were talking about something, and, he's telling me his life story. And I'm like, But I had to sit there and listen to it because we were waiting for my wife to get off a phone call before he could throw the main power breaker so he could run the tests and stuff. So I had to literally stand there and listen to him for a little bit, which is fine. I'm a social guy, and I'll sit there and talk to you if I have to. I'll make it sound like it's fun. Like I want to be there, but 9 times out of 10, I don't care unless I have absolutely nothing to do. So he was talking about something. He was like I was saying, he's divorced, and this is his middle kid helping him, and the younger kid, they're probably 21, 27 years old, telling me about his divorce and all that stuff. And then he said something to the fact, and I literally was not listening. I was in awe. He was showing me the whole generator. He had the lid open. I'm looking inside. I'm like, ooh, this is kind of cool. And he said something to the effect of, well, when you have grandkids, and he kind of looked at me and he goes, well, you don't look like you're old enough to have grandkids. And I go, all right, compliment taken. Or is it? Because, I hate to say that you don't know what the background is. I'm 52 years old. So if you want to do some math on that, if I was to have a child at 20, at 52, that child will have been 23 or 22. That child could have a child, or was, maybe I lost my whole entire family. And, if I got married at, had children at 20 and they all died, oh God, I'm getting real dark on this one. If, he doesn't know my background, I guess is what I'm saying. If I've lost my children, at a horrible boat accident or something like that. And no, I don't have any grandchildren because my son and daughter died and they're at the bottom of, Lake Erie or something like that. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. And I'm like, oh God, here we go. more cans to be opened here. But just for him to say, you don't look like you're old enough to have grandchildren, I took it at face value because I try to take care of myself. I really do. Moisturize and do all that stuff. And I try to keep fit and all that. If I was to look at him, I would go like, well, you look like you're old enough to have kids that are, 22 and 25 years old. I wouldn't think that you'd be a granddad, but obviously you are. That was the first compliment I got. The second compliment I have goes back for a little bit of distance. I'm getting to the nice part and then talk about the guy that I'm being an asshole to. Do you remember the conversation I had with the woman at Walmart? Her first year working on the job, and I've been going to this Walmart since we've been living here in Marshville. We've been living here for almost coming up on 11 years. And like the first year she was at Walmart, she works behind the deli counter. She's like, I love my job. I love it. Love it. Oh, the hours are great. And she's an older woman. She's like 72, 73. I love it. She's, barrel of fun and laugh. 5 years later, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Hate it. I'm like, oh, come on. And found out the other day, I was grocery shopping, and I'll make this kind of short, not sweet because it's kind of tragic on her end. She was walking around the store shopping, and I said, I didn't recognize you without a meat slice underneath your hand because, she works the deli counter, She kind of laughed. She's like, my sister died. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. Yep, she's 78 years old. She died, instantaneously or unexpected. I'm like, 78, really? Okay. I'm sorry to hear that. Are you doing all right? Yeah, we're buying some food. We're going to have dinner and a wake and all that stuff. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm sorry. I got another sister. She's the last one of my family. Mom's dead. Dad's dead. Just me and my last sister. All right. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, take care of yourself. Keep your head up. I don't want to say thoughts and prayers because that just out the window. I appreciate you. I said, well, just have a good weekend. I said, 2025 is not starting off good for you. And I'm sorry that's happened to you. You're a good person from what I see here. So today I came up to her and she's behind the counter. She's doing a thing. She's, meat slicer under her arm and she's slicing me. And I go, oh, I recognize her. No, I'm just kidding. And I didn't have to buy any meat, but I went out of my way because I'm getting the produce and stuff. And I went over there and I leaned on the desk and I go, how was the service? And she looked up at me, big old eyes, and she's like, for what? I said, for your sister. And she's like, oh my God. She's like, it was so nice. It was so beautiful. She's like, so many people came, and she's like, we had so much food, and it was sad, but it was rejoiceful. And I said, well, good. I said, that's what you want. I said, you want to see them? She's like, everyone was so happy to be together. She was like, there's 200 and some odd people there, family members I haven't seen in a long time. And then she said, basically it's just me and my sister. We're the only ones left. And, so on and so forth. I said, well, I just wanted to check on you. I don't need any meat or anything today. I said, I just seen you over here. I just wanted to check on you now that you're back to work, that you had a good service. It was a good service, that she's laid the rest, and that you're doing okay. And she looked at me and she goes, you know what? Thank you very much. You are so nice. She's like, you're very nice. You're a very nice person. And I took that compliment and thought in the back of my head, I'm an asshole. I know I'm an asshole to asshole people. But there's no reason for me to be mean or anything to her, because she is just a spirit that is just looking for just a little bit of conversation, a little bit of acknowledgement. And not that I'm doing it for my self-pleasure, because I was generally, when you know someone's story, you just want to go by and just make sure, that how you doing is the one phrase that they might have been looking for that whole entire day. And I said, how you doing? And she's like, I appreciate you so much. Thank you very much. I said, well, you take care of yourself. I touch your hands, but I know you're behind the deli counter and I've got like, bird flu going on over here. So she's like, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. You're a very kind person. And I literally said, I try to be. I try to be a very nice person. And she goes, well, you are. And I walked away. Now I'll tell you all this to lead to this point. Here we go. My wife even said, dealing with this person that I'm dealing with right now, she told me to just drop them, hang up on them, drop them, cut them off, all that. So for this show, like I said, I do this show just for myself. Now, this show right here is on 25 different platforms. We get a lot of affiliated revenue from this show. I don't do this show to make any money. I do make some money during the show. It's just not accidentally. It's just the way the format is. When you get to a certain level on a podcast or something, they want to put advertisements in the front and the back and all that stuff. And you're like going, yeah, I'll take it. It's no big deal. As long as I don't have to sign any contracts or do anything outside of the norm that I'm doing the show that interrupts or disrupts the integrity of the show. Then there's another show I do, entertainment show. If you're watching this on the video here, that show right there, it's an entertainment show. During that show, I have people that physically buy airtime during the podcast, which is great. I make I don't want to say a lot of money. I make good money, very good money, enough to afford a $110,000 truck with a dent in the side of it. And some of the times I get musical artists that want to, have their song, played during the show. And in podcast radio, you don't have to worry about payola. And to explain what payola is, the AM/FM radio dial is governed by the FCC, and they say basically you can't pay a radio station to play your song, to promote your song, because you're doing likes and favors and stuff. But for whatever reason, you can buy advertisement to sell your toilet bowl products. I don't know how that works, but anyways. So podcasts and live streaming and stuff gets around that. And I take advantage of it. And I say take advantage of it on my end. These artists and stuff that you hear during the entertainment show would not have a chance to have live airplay anywhere else unless they, signed up with an agent and got a record label deal and all this stuff. A lot of these people are doing this stuff basically out of their home, where they spend a little bit of money and they've gone to a professional studios and they have the MP3, and he's like, all right, here's your song. Sell it out of the back of the truck or your trunk type deal. That's just the way the evolution of getting your song heard somewhere on out to the masses. So the entertainment show that I do has a flat base of 200,000 listeners per year, which is great. That's pretty good numbers for a podcast. So I charge a nominal fee to reach those 200 and some odd thousand listeners and stuff. So I have this one guy, I'm going to say guy. He's not a guy. He's a kid. After the conversation, he's a fucking kid. What he's done is, and I didn't tell him this, but what he's done is there's a girl in his country. Now, I get orders from all over the world. I literally get orders all over the world. There's a girl in his country that has a very, very good following. And what's happened is, and I don't regulate anything at all. If they send me this and they said, this is my song, I don't care. You know, as long as the check clears type deal. So the girl is somewhat well known, but not all the way here in the United States. So what he's done is he's taken her song and tried to sing backup vocals, overdubbing his voice on her song. And says that this is my song and she's the featured artist on it. I don't fucking care. I don't. So he pays me a lot of money and we do a 30-day promotion. Okay? 30-day promotion. That means the show is a weekly show, so you get 4 weeks of promotion for your song. Your song comes on. Hey, you're listening to Ding Dong with Ding Dong and, you know, whatever, and this is the latest song, Ding Dong and Ding Dong. Do that for 4 weeks, and then there's a lot of background stuff that lasts for 30 days during the whole podcast. So it's not just 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's done. So after buying the package, and he agrees on it, and he bought it, and he's like going, all right, signs off, agrees to the contract, everything. I must have gotten or received 25 text messages within 2 hours of the show ending that his first promotion was going to be on. How did it go? We're still in post-production. How did it go? Still in post-production. I don't see any numbers yet. Okay, we're still working on the show. When is it going to be released? You know, you and 15 other people are a part of this show, this broadcast. I said, give me till 6 o'clock. Okay, 6:05. I don't see any numbers yet. What do you mean you don't see any numbers yet? I don't see any. I'm not getting any, you know, traction on. And here's the main thing: he's from Israel. Okay, because I can see his. I just know he's from Israel. There's a behind the scenes backlog that I can see where all this information is coming from. And he's young. He's probably 19, maybe 19. I said the song just came out. I said the promotion just came out. I don't see anything yet. I said give it. I said Christ, it just. I don't see anything. I don't see it. Okay. Hit me up tomorrow. He hits me up first thing the next day. I don't see any numbers still. Dude, you, first of all, just released this promotion in less than 12 hours. The microphone hasn't even turned off all the way yet. You're one instant success? I'm not happy. I'm not satisfied. First of all, you signed the contract. Second of all, it's been 1 day, and it's the middle of the week, and normally our bulk of our listeners for the entertainment show, of course, would be on the weekends. I said, give it to the weekend, and then we'll go from there. I'll look at everything. Another 10 hours goes by. I'm so dissatisfied. I'm so this. I'm so that. I'm like, look, are you in it to make music, or are you in it to make money? Are you, I had to sit there and break it down. I'm trying to be as nice as it's completely possible, because this fucking song sucks. It really does suck. And it's a ham job of a song. I'll probably play it on the end of this on the end of this YouTube video if you really want to hear it. I want to hear your reactions to it. And he's like, I don't want bots. The main thing is, the reason why I say he's from Israel, he speaks absolutely no English. And all the English that he's speaking is through Google Translate. So the Google Translate is like the worst, because he's not understanding what I'm telling to him and he's telling to me. I should have views by now. I should have downloads by now. I should have listeners by now. I should have followers by now. And I'm subparing this or this conversation. I'm like, man, I said, you need to take a bite out of reality, because me, before I even did the promotion, I looked to see what kind of numbers he was throwing up. And when I say throwing up, I looked at his Spotify channel. He had two followers on his Spotify channel, as to where I have on any given show close to, 15,000. Not that I'm a baller or anything like that, but still. And the song that he's promoting barely had 100 listens or views or whatever it is on it. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, I don't know what you want. What do you want? You can't just have this overnight. I'm not happy. We collaborated together. We all this. I'm like, give it to the weekend. Next day, because I do the show on Wednesday, the entertainment show on Wednesday. Today, this morning. Hold on. I'll read it to you. Let's see what he says today. No, let's see. I said, wait till the weekend for a larger audience, usually listens to the podcast. Then 1 week maximum, but nothing has changed. I signed before even having the results because I believed in you. Next day. This is, by the way, that was 9 o'clock at night. The next day. Travis, I don't have time. I took your subscription. I see results. I am not happy. I said, you bought a 20-day. You still have 28 days on your promotion. I said, give it time. Like I said, it's not going to happen overnight. He wanted it overnight. And out of the 200 and some odd people that I get every other month that buy advertisement on the entertainment show, you get one of them. And you just like going, I know this guy's going to be a problem because he doesn't understand the concept of instant or not instant success. So I'll let you know as the weeks go on what his song is, and I'm gonna play it at the end of this at the end of the show here, so you guys can enjoy it. So once the credits roll and stuff, I'll play it, and you can tell me what you think. All right, guys, thanks very much for listening to me walk through this and work through all this stuff. Well, I'll talk to you later. Okay? See you now. See ya. I'll make it.
As we locked eyes, I fell into your deep, and I tried to keep myself from sinking. Your smile, you're bright like 1,000,000,000 fireflies. And I'll wait, take two for the pain. Don't say go away. I need you to stay.
Un seul cœur bat pour nous deux. Tout ce que je veux était là, sous mes yeux. Comme une étincelle qui rallume mes vœux. Comme une étincelle aussi puissante qu'un feu.
Cause when desire gets to leaking in my body, a language speaking, hope you read what I'm not saying in my eyes. Oh, the lights, when you catch the sun, you radiate. So divine, I just want to center in your gaze. Oh no, oh the light, when you shine.